listeners like you. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy. This first question comes from Jerry. What are Baskin-Robbins' 31 flavors? Well, for those that haven't seen or haven't noticed, the Baskin-Robbins logo has a subtle reference to their number of flavors. See if you can spot it. Now, technically, the company has produced, according to their website, over 1,400 different flavors over the years. These are regular, seasonal, regional, and other flavors from over the last 80 years of ice cream making. However, when they first started out, Baskin-Robbins only had 31 distinct flavors. The 31 in their logo is a tribute to that original number. These were the flavors they had: banana nut fudge, black walnut, burgundy cherry, butterscotch ribbon, cherry macaron, chocolate, chocolate almond, chocolate chip, chocolate fudge, chocolate mint, chocolate ribbon, coffee, coffee candy, date nut, eggnog, French vanilla, green mint stick, lemon crisp, lemon custard, lemon sherbet, maple nut, orange sherbet, peach, peppermint fudge ribbon, peppermint stick, pineapple sherbet, raspberry sherbet, rocky road nut, strawberry, vanilla, and vanilla burnt almond. It seems that only a few of these flavors have survived all the way to modern day. Seasonal and regional flavors aside, these are the current flavors you'll find in any Baskin-Robbins today. Mint chocolate, love potion number 31, chocolate, Oreo cookies and cream, fairy berry strawberry, chocolate chip cookie dough, old-fashioned butter pecan, jamocha almond, mousse royale, peanut butter cup, strawberry, peanut butter and chocolate, gold medal ribbon, world-class chocolate, cherries jubilee, chocolate fudge, daiquiri ice, rainbow sherbet, rainbow chocolate fudge cake, wild and reckless, strawberry cheesecake, polka dot, and mango tango. Thank you for that delicious question. This question comes from Magnum. How did the different islands of Hawaii get their names? Well, this seems like another somewhat disappointing answer, I'm sorry to say. I was hoping the names of the islands stemmed from the language and culture, and they do, but it seems that most of the islands' names have no real origin. Anyway, for the ones I do have information on, we'll go biggest to smallest. Hawaii Island, sometimes called the Big Island, is the largest of the 8 main islands of Hawaii. It is said to be named for a legendary Polynesian navigator, Hawai'iloa, who is said to have first discovered the archipelago. This would mean that he had named it for himself, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Some other accounts attribute the name to the legendary realm known as Hawai'i. This legendary realm is said to be any number of things: the place from which Polynesians originated, a place to transition into the afterlife, or the realm of the gods. Either way, the name is clearly based on legend. Maui is the next largest island, and probably the name next best well known, to pop culture at least, thanks to Disney's Moana. The island was not necessarily named for the demigod directly, but the story goes that Hawai'iloa named it for his son, who was named for the demigod Maui. Oahu is the third largest of the islands, and is home to Hawaii's state capital, Honolulu. It is also the most populous of the islands, and by a lot. The island's name is often translated to the gathering place, which is possibly a mistranslation or misspelling of a different Hawaiian phrase. Oahu is a gathering of objects, so if it were misspelled as Oahu, you might get a similar definition. Kauai is the fourth largest island, and its name is also said to have come from the Hawai'i Loa legend. This would have been the name of another of his sons, said to be his favorite. Another possible translation is place around the neck, which would describe how a father would carry his child. The fifth largest island, Moloka'i, appears to have no story or origin myth for its name. Lana'i, the sixth largest island, appears to have gotten its name from legend as well. Lana'i translates roughly to Day of the Conquest. In the legend, the island was inhabited by ghosts, goblins, and other spirits that were chased away by a prince banished to this island. The name may have derived from that conquest. The last two islands, Niihau and Kaho'olawe, appear to also have no story for their names. Thanks for that awesome question. This last question comes from Jesus. Which holidays include the day of the week in their name? Now that is a great question. I don't think it's all that many, but let's take a look and find out for sure. To be clear, we're not looking for holidays that always fall on a specific date, like Christmas. Those holidays aren't called Christmas Monday or whatever. They're just called Christmas or Christmas Day. We are also not looking for holidays that fall on specific, or sometimes vague, days of the week, like Mother's Day and Father's Day. These both fall on certain Sundays in either May or June, respectively, but we don't call those days Mother's Day Sunday. We're looking for holidays that fall on a specific day of the week and call themselves by that name. Perhaps the most obvious ones are the Christian holidays surrounding Easter and Lent. The Sunday of Easter is often referred to as Easter Sunday. Many countries also celebrate the day after as Easter Monday. The Friday before Easter is known as Good Friday. In Colombia, they observe a Holy Thursday and Holy Friday instead. The Saturday before Easter is also known as Holy Saturday. Sunday before Easter Sunday is known as Palm Sunday. Lent begins a 40-day fast that ends on Easter. The first day of Lent is Ash Wednesday. The day before the fasting begins is sometimes known as Shrove Tuesday, but it is usually just called Mardi Gras, literally Fat Tuesday in French. And that's basically all of them. There are a few shopping holidays that are celebrated by day. The Friday immediately following Thanksgiving in the US is known as Black Friday. The following Monday is called Cyber Monday, as that is typically the day when digital stores begin their holiday deals. That following Tuesday is then known as Giving Tuesday, where people are encouraged to give to charities rather than buy more stuff. Finally, the USA has two more sort of holidays that we celebrate. The final game of the American Football Championships is the Super Bowl, and the country basically shuts down that day, which we call Super Bowl Sunday. In Boston specifically, the day of the famous Boston Marathon is known as Marathon Monday. Thanks so much for that excellent question. Thank you again to Jerry, Magnum, and Jesus. If you would like to have your question answered in a video, leave it in a comment below this one. If you would prefer to ask your question a little more privately, you can email me your question at questionsandasmr subscribe for more questions like these every week. Thanks again for listening. Goodbye.